Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome, one and all. I forgot my hat. Hold on. Yeah. Hat. That's a great start. That's a good start. It's a fine start. G'day, guys. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder. What happened there? Sorry, 1 second. No, my, what's happened to my background there? That's so weird. What happened? Huh. Hold on, let me just double back here real quick. There's that. And then that is very odd. OBS is doing OBS things. Is that? Okay. Huh. Weird. Thank you for that, Cass. I appreciate that. Because I don't know why my layout's acting very bizarre. Oh, what if I hold on? Oh, there we go. Hold on. That's doing the right thing. Aha, okay. There we go, I guess. We'll keep it that way. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened there. It just decided to be a bit weird. Anyway, guys, welcome. Welcome to Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder, Curse of the Crimson Throne. But different. How is it different, you ask? Well, that is because we are joined not by our usual cast of crazies who come and play this game, but a whole new group of individuals, some of which you recognize, some of which you may recognize from other adventures, because we are beginning today's first crossover event where we're taking people from all around all of my different Patreon tables and muddling them up. Why are we doing this? Because I was bullied, to do this. No, honestly, it's actually just been such an interesting idea that I've wanted to try and actualize, and now we are here to do so. But of course, before we begin, let's take a quick moment to go through our usual routine, thanking our sponsors for the people who help us, do this cool stuff, bring our A game, and allow us to just do all the cool, fun, wacky things. First of all, we have Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects you hear throughout the course of the game. All the music scores and things like that. All of that is done using an amazing sound system, which helps me immerse my players into the adventures that we are embarking to. Then we have, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which, of course, as you can see, is our map, is our dice rollers, a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So there's that. Plus, we also have Path Builder, which is how all of my characters are keeping track of their character sheets. And we have... of course, last but not least, Hero Forge for the wonderful tokens and artwork you will see throughout the course of the game. Now, all of the people you see before you are Patreons who support my channel and allow me to do cool stuff. But normally I would say that we would be introducing our characters in this particular section, but instead I'm just going to introduce the players, and we're going to jump into the story to introduce the characters, because, we kind of need to introduce the characters to one another themselves, and I'd rather do that with cinema and with, lots of color and flair than to just be like, hello, my name is Jun, and I like walks on the beach. I'd prefer you guys to meet each other. So we're going to do that. But allow me to introduce to you the players, nonetheless, who are going to be joining us today. We have, starting from our first position up in the top corner there, we have, of course, the indomitable Cookie Mon Steve, who is muted.
Salutations.
There we go. Yay! Then we have, beneath that, we have Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi. How's everybody doing?
Then, beneath that, we have Quinn. I say Quinn. We have Ire Janasi.
Hello. I'll go by either.
You can go by either. And then, of course, we have Bill Rattar down here, played by... Oh, I'm going to stop freaking... I can, consistency, Michael. Come on, you're a professional. This is Schooly Eye.
Hello.
And then moving across, we have, of course, John, a.k.a. Avarian CA.
Hello, folks.
Then crawling up, we have Twiff.
Hello.
Hidden underneath the rice hat is none other than our dear friend Marcus, a.k.a. Coreshift.
Hello.
And, of course, last but certainly not least is, of course, everyone's favorite, Neil from Immersion Diversion.
The tree killer.
Tree.
Stop it,
Wrong character.
Stop it.
That's a different
It's a
character.
different character
Different
altogether.
character.
All
I
right.
protest.
Yes.
I kill trees. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Thank you, Weston.
This is gonna be a whole thing. All right. Now, before we kick off today's game, as always, you guys, we have a number of ways for you guys to interact with the game and the chat while we play. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used to do things like inspiration, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, all the cool stuff. So that is still out and about, and that is still stuff that you guys can indeed do. We then also have our donations. Ta-da! These monetary donations go towards, of course, the DAG survival check, which is currently on the teetering edge of 60% for this month, which is absolutely fucking amazing. So thank you everyone who's already donated. All of the tokens that you currently see on the screen here are up to date. Schoolie, they're up to date. They're up to date. I did it, but I had Schoolie double check me, and I'm gonna have him triple check me because just make sure. So everyone,
Fine, I'll triple check now while you.
thank
keep
you.
going.
All right, and of course, all of these donations follow the characters as well as the players as well. So there you go. So for $5, you can donate to give a player of your choice a hero point or your DM a jinx point. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, and roll with advantage. On the note of staving off death, yes, even though it's a crossover event, the players will potentially die. So just saying that no one's safe just because we're doing a side arc. So there's that. Jinx points can be used to counter hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from a deck of storytelling cards I have in front of me called Plot Twists. I will then take said plot twists, ta-da, and then I will implement it into the session using my improv skills and instant DMing in order to try and make it work somehow in the story amongst all the other stuff I'm trying to juggle. Then, of course, we have our $20 donation, which is the coveted golden natural 20, because, sometimes shit just needs to work, and a nat 20 is how you do it. Then, of course, we have our $50 donations, which are our boss buff, which make things more difficult for our players by increasing the challenge rating of the fight that the group is having. Maybe the boss is stronger, maybe the parameters are different, maybe there's a bus full of nuns that have suddenly shown up. Whatever the case is, things are harder. Then, of course, the second $50 donation is, of course, for a draw from the deck of Harrows, which is a fortune-telling deck which provides a prophecy that our heroes will receive. And if our heroes succeed in that prophecy over the next 3 games, they will receive either a secret fighting art, a magic item, or a boon from the entity within the card. And they will also receive a temporary bonus to their stats associated with that card. So, for example, this is the Tyrant. The stat is Charisma. So our heroes will get a 1d4 bonus on all Charisma checks for the next 3 games. So that's kind of cool. Then, of course, we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item is very simple. Our heroes have traveled dimensions. They have gone through multiple places. They have seen multiple things. The secret menu item is none other than the ability to share knowledges. The person who donates the secret menu item will get to pick one of the players, one of the characters in today's session. What you will then do is a secret fighting art is going to be custom made from that character and provided to the group as something that they can train or learn. So, for example, if Ritsu is your choice of subject, Ritsu might teach the samurai arts to the group, and anyone who wishes to learn might learn something that Ritsu has, such as, say, reactive strike as a reaction, for example, or maybe Jun's ability to perform using the Zhao instrument. Whatever it is, you are taking one of the abilities and powers from one of the characters and sharing it so that everyone might be able to share. So yeah, that is our secret menu item for today. For team bonding,
Yeah.
All right,
Go team.
guys. Are you guys ready?
Hell yeah.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Absolutely. I learned from this morning's game where if we're not enthusiastic, he
Ter-
just throws more at you.
Terrified.
I do. Yeah, just get excited.
Terrified. All,
Yeah!
Ready but terrified.
Yahoo!
All at the same time.
Yeah.
All
My
right.
job is not complete until everyone is dead. I mean,
What could go wrong with the cursed storm?
Oh yeah, it could be anything. All right. All right. I should probably also tell everyone. By the way, for my lovely players who are, of course, here, I understand that we are often in the habit of talking about the little inside jokes that happen from our own tables and stuff like that. If you are going to do that, make sure that you bring everyone on board because our audience members are not the same audience members and our players are not the same players. So it's always fun to have everyone in on the joke as well. Okay. Because I know that some of you tend to do that. So yeah. All right. Without any further ado, a roaring, flaming gate in the Asmodean temple. The light of darkness that dwells within the portal that is opened up before Ray and Quinn has just swallowed your allies and companions. Cracks and fissures that appear all around you in this cathedral to the god Asmodeus seem out of place. The confusion of the acolytes spreads like wildfire. Some people get up from their pews and begin to flee, running, trying to find safety as bits of the wall begin to crumble. You watch as a stained glass window mural of Asmodeus shatters and falls to the ground. You watch as the tapestry dictating the tenets of the Asmodean church and the laws in which they follow rip from its mount and fall to the ground. In the center of the room, the Arbiter looks around, confused. What is going on? What manner of trickery is this? You speak of a traitor, then turn upon us. Explain yourselves! As he turns to face Ray and Quinn, who stand stunned and shocked, still in disbelief that their friends had been drawn into the same vortex that, similar vortex, should I say, that the Hierophant was torn apart in. Ray, please describe your.
With our friends.
Please start by describing your Please start by describing your character, and then you may answer however you would like.
Yeah. Okay. So you see a Tanuki dressed in, fully armored. He's a champion of Milani. He is one of the seems to have become one of the more senior people in the rebellion in the city against the nasty queen that we're trying to get rid of. And that's probably about it. And his reaction is, it's like, what have you done with our friends?
Very nice. All right. Ray, you have inspiration from our dear friend Rykon. So just make note of that your next D20 is at advantage. As you yell and demand the Arbiter answer, Quinn, you've got a more analytical mind, being an investigator. Ira, could you describe Quinn and what is going through your mind right now?
Quinn is a tall, lean woman dressed in dark leathers. A dangerous-looking blade hangs at her side. Her eyes are narrowed as she surveys the portal, the cracks in the temple, and the confused Arbiter. She's assessing what could be going on, as she's already copped to the notion that he's not responsible.
You do, and as you kind of, you don't even, his words almost fall to your deaf ears as you are hyper analyzing what is going on around you. The first thing you notice is that each of these cracks that appear, unlike the portal, which is almost housed and contained within the arch that the portal to hell is contained in, the cracks that your friends disappeared to seem to almost break apart the building without causing any structural damage. Like, you don't see any cracks or any tears or breaks in the actual fixtures, but
So it's almost as if a window is there. It's
more
like
if,
an overlay.
more like if the world were a glass pitcher, a crack or a tear or break has just occurred, and the pieces that have fallen out are those broken shards of reality. Heeding Ray's words, he says, "You dare accuse me? Ha! A paltry trick. But don't worry. I'll ensure that you and yours receive the full punishment for defiling the temple of Asmodeus." He raises his sword, and as he brings it down, there is a flash of steel and the sound of a gun cocking. Ritsu, you, Jun, and Daiji were in a forested area when you fell through this large gaping portal in the forest. As you tumble and fall through the broken mirror, you see a wide variety of different places, worlds, cities, towns, different cultures, different peoples. You then see yourself falling towards this strange-looking hourglass, but it doesn't seem right. Cracks appear in it, and sand seems to spill out and float away from this giant, strange object in front of you. You feel no way to be able to pull yourself, but as you inhale and breathe in the sands of this hourglass, suddenly you feel yourself thrust into a temple, a church, where a demon, an Oni with a giant set of razor-sharp teeth, raises a massive cleaver to bear down upon what looks to be a tanuki, possibly one of Daiji's cousins. What do you do, Ritsu?
I see someone in danger. I'm gonna jump in.
All right, Ritsu, please describe your character.
Ritsu wearing green and gold armor. Green armor with gold, banded, I guess you could say, armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sectioned off. It makes it a little light but a little heavy at the same time. He wields a katana at his side with a bow on his back in case in case he needs to get someone from far away. But in the case that he's got flat with a little kind of a up of black hair with a bun in the back, a black and green headband across his forehead, and yeah, he looks to be at about his 20s.
Okay. With a katana drawn, your blade manages to block the attack as it comes down towards Rei. At the same time, Jun and Daiji, you see Ritsu having leapt into battle as you also emerge from the same vision and the same portal that Ritsu had emerged from. Jun, if you could describe your character and your reaction. But just before we do so, a real quick shout out to the hype train that we're currently on. Guys, thank you so much for the bits and the subs and the like. The hype train reward for today, we're going to keep this nice and simple. We are going to say that for every level of the hype train that we have, we are going to give our heroes a dust of illusion, which will allow our players to cast simple illusions by reaching into the pouch, pulling out the dust, and sprinkling it out into the world. Each player will receive a number of uses equal to whatever we happen to have. OG Lava Kitten, thank you so much for kicking us into that. Again, thank you. That's freaking amazing. Okay, let's see. What tier are we at? We have completed level 3, so everyone will receive 3 pouches so far. We are into level 4. Let's see how high we can get that hype train and how much of this. If we get to 10, I will allow my players to choose to convert all 10 of those dusts of illusion to transform into 1 dose of a dust of creation, which will allow you to turn that illusion into reality. If we get to hype train 10, which, is a high way, because, I think 10 is, like, the highest we've ever gotten, which, it's whatever. Anyway, so, Jun, describe yourself, and as Ritsu emerges and blocks this terrifying Oni-looking thing.
So Jun is a quite tall and lanky young man. His face is covered by a sort of paper mask, and his clothes are very what's the word? Plain. He's also wearing a straw hat, but what's visible at least is his hands, which are purple, and he has a pair of horns protruding from said hat. At his side as well, he also has a type of Chinese straight sword on his right side, and his jiao, which is a bamboo vertical flute, and that's kind of just tucked into his upper shirt. Seeing Ritsu jump in to help, seeing this thing, Jun is going to pull out his jiao and start to play a tune to boost Ritsu's strength.
All right. Seeing them emerge and Ritsu immediately engaging in battle, licking your lips, you grab hold of your jiao and begin to play an inspiring tune. Daiji, you come out to your own theme music, apparently. Daiji, describe yourself as you emerge from the portal.
So, yes, Daiji is not tall. Daiji is fairly short, very stocky, extremely fluffy. Probably one of the best ways to describe him is rotund. But he's solid under all that fur. He is extremely scruffy looking. He's got a big wide brim mushroom hat. He smokes. He's got a bottle of sake up to his belt. He's just, you got people with swords, you got people with armor. He's just kind of dressed in clothes, and has no idea what's going on, but he does clock that there's another Tanuki there, and he has spent his entire life never seeing a Tanuki that he was not in some way related to. So absolutely, Ray must be a cousin that he just hasn't met yet. And he's gonna walk over to him and say, where are we? What's going on? And why haven't I met you before? Have you been like away?
Ray, you see
behind me.
You see what you can only describe as a civilian wearing a mushroom hat. Just suddenly walk up to you, and very country, like country cousin vibes. You know what I mean? Like,
very country cousin. Yeah, it's country mouse, city mouse going on right here.
Yeah.
It's like, get behind me! Don't you see this guy's swinging stuff?
Yes, I do see that, and I am getting behind you.
So Daiji's like, yeah. It's just stands behind, takes a couple.
Shit. Yeah, you're right.
A couple puffs of the pipe. Now, as the mimic mouth-like shape extends this tongue, it reaches out towards Ritsu. Ritsu, you've got the blade held up high. You can hear the songs from Jun kind of keeping that firm block, but the weight of this sword is immense. And you watch as
Ooh.
the knight then leans forward a little more. You don't go to your knee, but you have to take a wider stance, and your cord needs to drop in order for you to properly defend. He says, "I do not know where you came from. I do not care why you decided to ambush this sacred place. But I will have plenty of time to ask you questions as I cleanse the skin from your flesh." As he goes down and again continues to press, you hear the sounds of a bullet and an arrow being loosed. Westinson and Aelith, the two of you emerge from portals on either side of this room. Aelith, we're going to start with you first, if that's all right. As you have, as last you saw, you were in the Badlands of Sakuris fighting demons. During the tower incident where our heroes were investigating this large tower for symbols of something called the God Calling, Aelith heard a noise coming from outside. Little did she realize that she was going to be ambushed by several Bremerak, the demons that are arson demons. Quickly making haste to try and avoid notice and capture, you accidentally fell into one of these portals, and as you were falling through it, similarly saw the same kind of hourglass and shattered, cracked artifact before you. Then saw the giant whale moving overhead with blackened, leathery skin, which seemed to reflect a night sky aurora directly above you. It was so loud for you, Aelith, that your ears sort of started ringing before you got regurgitated here. As you do so, you take a look around, and you are quite clearly in a temple of Asmodeus. And you see that there is a soldier who is holding up this black knight with giant teeth. His sword is currently being pushed downwards. If you do not act quickly, that knight is going to rend this guy in half. If you could describe your character and then tell us what you do.
Aelith is an Elven Ranger. She is part of a group who lost their memories, a missing moment, by going through the Aedara.
Sorry, real quick, just description, what you look like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, it's fine. We'll have time for all that stuff later.
So you see, Elven Ranger, she has mismatched arms because she took on a curse, so her arm had to be chopped off and replaced with that. She's wearing just leather armor, medium-ish length hair, about medium height, maybe 5 foot at the most. And she just kind of sees this creature, and she has her weapon ready, and she is going to fire at it.
Are you going to fire at the creature?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Bear in mind, you will likely get its attention. You could potentially attempt to disarm it if you would like as well.
Oh, okay. So when it appeared fairly close to it?
No, you're on one side of the room. You're quite a distance away. When I say disarm, I mean you can try to shoot the blade. It's a massive sword.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, then she'll do that.
All right.
She will.
Well, we'll come to that in a moment, because emerging out of the second portal, Birita, you crash into what looks to be another dwarf. As Westinson, you also emerge from a nearby portal. As the two of you sort of knock into each other, Birita, let's start by describing you and what your reaction to bumping into another dwarf would be.
You're muted.
Sorry, it's because I was typing earlier. Belrotar is what you probably think of as your classic brawler dwarf. He might have his sword and all that at the back, but you can tell almost by the bruises on his knuckles that he goes for the meaty fist more than
most things in life. While obviously in traditional leather armor, it is very clearly dusty because obviously he's been grappling around, rolling around, and lots of stuff quite recently. There is also a very noticeable patch in his beard, which has been very carefully rewoven, covering a little cut bald spot. And bumping into another dwarf, his first reaction is to turn his face so the side with the noticeable thinner patch isn't immediately obvious.
Yep, sure.
Let me just double check. What are you doing here?
You're asking the same thing. Still in the
Westonson.
woods down here.
Yep, Westonson, you were again also like again in weren't you in the pits? I feel.
Nope. We were up at. Oh, did you go back to the pits? We
Yeah,
were
we're in
at
the pits.
Thistletop.
Oh,
Oh
you
no,
were
yeah, we were at Thistletop.
you were in Thistletop. Yes, that's right. Yes, so you were in Thistletop. So amongst the goblin camp. And the like, when you fell through the gateway and the portal as well. Also hearing the sound of the great big whale from your endeavor. Naturally, you thought of it as more of an enemy than anything else, but you did not get time to fire at it. Your gun in hand as you emerge, sort of like looking and scouting to try and find a way to track this beast before you are emerged and then suddenly struck by Bilratar as you both enter. You also see said giant knight currently about to cleave some guy in half. Between the two of them, this knight's helmet has teeth. So how you want to go about reacting to that is up to you.
Okay, so Westonson is short by Dwarven standards. He is heavy set. And rather lithe. He's older, with a gray hair, and a finely crafted mustache and beard. He carries a musket axe, a pistol, a hatchet, a sword. He's well armored and armed. So yeah, when I arrive, I see this, so I will take a shot at. Do I see him weighing down with a sword against the guy?
Yes.
In all likelihood, the armor with teeth is probably not the friendly one. So I'm going to shoot the sword.
All right. Aelith, between you and Westonson, the sword gets hit from both sides of the room. Your arrow striking the top end, and Westonson, your bullet penetrating the lower bit, causing the blade to snap as Ritsu's block now actually manages to force the knight back. He takes a few steps back and looks at his sword. He drops it down as he looks upon all of you. I think I know what's going on now. I understand. You're all denizens of hell trying to make an escape. Well, the maw of Asmodeus shall not yield to you. Return now to hell for your torment. For what you find here shall be infinitely worse for you.
Daiji at this point is like, look, I mean, Willow Shore is not particularly exciting, but calling it hell, I think is a bit rude. I mean, it's a nice place.
You obviously haven't met Peyton. So, I shove the dwarf that I ran into further away from me, stand up, dust myself off. What the hell?
What the hell indeed?
That would
Right.
seem to be the question. Arbiter, if I may, these do not look like the denizens of hell. Something has happened here that we should get to the bottom of.
Make a diplomacy check. You will take a -2 penalty here. He is angry that his sword is broken.
All right, so I just rolled a d20, right?
Just roll the d20 and then tell me what tell me what your result is.
Okay, so 26, that'd be 30, 35.
35. He looks around and takes another look. The denizens of hell often carry a smell of sulfur and corruption. He says, "This is most unsettling, infuriating, rage-inducing. I come in search of a traitor, and instead she escapes from right and beneath my clutches. Very well. I do not have time to waste. If you are not from hell, then you are none of my business. And if you and yours are done with the task you're currently on, then I shall go and seek out the traitor myself." At this point, he looks at the tears, the holes that you guys emerged from. He picks one after smelling deep into the air, and he steps through. He goes to he is heading through to the one he is heading through the one that Holly went through.
Oh, schnapps.
And
Bad.
and he disappears.
Ritsu
Okay,
turns around.
Who the fuck was that?
Oh,
Where are we?
did I just hear Arbiter and Asmodeus in the same sentence?
You did, yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
All right.
Let's go.
The scene settles a little bit. There is a giant gateway to hell in the middle of this room. It has all been evacuated, save for the people you see in front of you, as well as
Okay, so first things first,
this individual.
and I'll point to the gateway to hell. Don't go through that.
I mean, it seems scary enough, so sure.
Who are you and where have you
Don't
come
even
from?
don't even touch it.
Okay, I won't touch it. I'm Ritsu. I come from Willowshire in Tianzia.
Do I have the vaguest idea?
I would say that Quinn is quite worldly in terms of her knowledge, so yes, I'd
Okay.
say that while Willowshore isn't necessarily like, you wouldn't be able to pinpoint it specifically,
Right,
you would
but-
know that it is likely a province, a town in Tianzia, which,
Okay.
other concept, yeah.
So I'll have a sense of distance and that sort of thing. All right. All of you? Are you all from Willow Shore?
Me and those two are.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We are. I don't know who these people are.
I'll turn and look at the others accusingly. Who are you?
My name is Westonson. Most recently from Sandpoint. Before that, lots of places. Kind of look around as if this place is looking familiar.
This is I see his look and I'm like, you're in the Temple of Asmodeus in Corvosa.
Westonson, you've been here before very specifically. Yeah.
So I turn around and start leaving.
you just walk out.
Wait,
I'm going
no.
to the bar.
Swearing as I walk out.
Yeah.
I may need more information. We have to figure out what's going on if we're to. All of my companions have disappeared into these cracks.
As Westonson goes to the front doors and they are flung open, the cracks are not just within the temple. Looking around, you see thousands of them, shattered and scattered around as far as the eye can see, high into the sky and across the horizon, past the ocean that you can see on the other side of Old Corvosa and further beyond.
Problem in this room.
The only possible good thing that could happen out of this is that the queen vanished in one of those two.
Westonson,
nice.
when Quinn mentions the queen, that's very odd, because for you, the queen died about maybe 15 years ago, something like that. Some time ago, the queen was killed. In the height of a rebellion, mind
Does
you.
he share this information?
It's
No,
up.
I just thought,
It's up to you if you wish to.
what year is it?
My answer.
I will. I'll give you that. I have that answer. Hold on. So,
Gotta keep the GM on their toes sometimes.
Hey, Daiji, is that guy one of your cousins?
I mean, I think so.
I mean, I don't want to
So, Will-
presume, but
Well, this
No.
is going on.
I'm presuming,
Right.
so it's okay if you presume as well. But I don't know what side of the family he's from, and I'm still not even sure where Corvoza is.
I don't know either. But it's weird that first the blood moon, and then the bloody rain, and now
I mean, this has got to
all
be
the
because of the blood moon
cracks.
and the bloody rain, right?
Well, like
Maybe
I said,
they're all ghosts. I don't know.
okay.
so
So,
Should not
stop
ask
calling
that,
it that.
So super
Your
quick.
first
Alright.
rule.
Super
Are
quick.
they speaking loudly enough that I can hear them?
Absolutely.
I'm going to
Super-
pinch Daiji.
Sorry. Again, super quick to answer the question that was asked because I finally have an answer. Westonson, you are aware that Queen Iliosa died in 4708. Quinn says that it is 4708. You are from 4724 or 25? 47. Let's say 25 just for ease of sakes. So, yeah, you are quite a ways.
When I give him the answer of the year, I'm going to scrutinize his face very closely, as well as try to, for anyone within my range of vision, I'm looking for a reaction.
I just pinch my eyes.
What year are we from?
You are.
I don't think I was gonna ask that
So
question.
Ritsu, Jun, and Daiji, all of you are also from 47. So yeah. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I can actually give you. Hold on. Okay.
To
So,
make him work for it tonight.
yeah, I know, right? Fucking make me do my job.
The
You're
two things
welcome.
you should never ask a DM: what an NPC's name is, what year it is.
Or what time?
Not
it
that
is.
didn't predict the whole year thing.
In the
Just-
meantime, Aelith is walking over to Schoolii. Sorry. Oh my god.
Okay, so
Walking over to
Westonson,
Bill.
stop. Okay, if I'm answering questions, stop moving my scene across so I don't have to interrupt everyone every time I'm answering you fucks. So, Westonson, you are from 4724. Ritsu, Jun, and Daiji, you are all from 4723. Okay? So, Ritsu, Jun, and Daiji, 4723. Westonson, 4724. Good. And Bill Ratar and fucking Aelith, because I know you're fucking sitting there with a look on your face which says, "What about us, Dag? How about us? Where are we from?" I'll fucking tell you when you're from. You're from
10,999. They're part of the first Lord Panashan Emperor III.
Okay.
Imagine how much worse this would have been if any
okay.
of us were playing Starfinder.
So you are from 4725. Okay, so to clarify, Aelith and Bilratar, 4725. Westonson, 4724. Daiji, Jun, and Ritsu are 4723. Good. So there you go. So the three of you guys are kind of like within the span of about a year of each other, whereas Quinn and Ray are from 08.
Gotcha.
Good.
Time.
I just pinch my nose. Yeah. Right. Okay. Queen. Got it.
What troubles you, dwarf?
I just fell through a crack in reality, ran into another dwarf, shot at a thing that had a mouthful of teeth. I step outside to see reality's cracked and a whole bunch of blue, sparkly things. You come up to me and go, gee, I wish the queen was in one of those. Pick.
And I'm the most sober I've been in like 10 years.
So, it's been a rough decade. 1 second. Right, Peyton's not here. Things got a bit better.
June just sighs and looks to Daiji and Ritsu and goes, I told you guys before, the gods are pissed at us. You guys didn't believe me? Do you believe me now?
I honestly still
I
don't know
believe
what
you, darling.
all.
Trust
What
me.
the fuck?
Trust me, if anyone is pissed off at you, it's definitely Asmodeus.
Let's be
Right.
mad
My
at
dude
us.
Asmodeus.
I
Ju-
told
Ju-
you
Ju
that I
just
was here
kinda
this
like-
whole time. No one was listening.
Ju-
But I'm
Dude
scared.
just kind of shuffles a couple feet away from him.
He's on the stage. He was kind of behind the tooth face guy. He was very
He's
quiet.
still gonna just scoot a little farther away.
He smiles at you.
I'll look at him
Can we go
accusingly.
home
Did
now?
you do this?
Do what? This? No,
Yes.
darling. I may be a very skilled priest, but this is beyond my capacity. Although I wish I did have the way to, summon handsome men at a beck and call. That would be a very useful power indeed. He says he looks at Ritsu up and down.
He's all yours, buddy.
Sorry, not interested.
Oh, you sure? Everything for a price at the Temple of Asmodeus.
Everything for a price.
Nah.
Don't
20 gold
do
is
it.
20 gold, Ritsu.
June, don't make me stab you.
Naiji's gonna turn to Ray. Again, he's convinced he must be related to him somehow, but
Of
hearing
course.
the time, he thinks maybe he's an uncle now instead of a cousin. Can we go outside? Do we have to stay in this creepy place?
No, I don't know that there's anything to learn here anyway.
Honestly, quite
Especially
rude, but
since-
I understand. It's fine.
We'll be back.
Yes.
Stay safe, darling. You know where to find me. He bids you farewell as you leave and head out into the streets.
So, as we walk out the door, Ray is going to say to Ritsu, my name is Ray. Thank you for intervening. We were still at a peaceful moment, and I wasn't prepared.
Of course, no problem. I always try to jump in at the scene of help. And you seemed kind of in the... Yeah. Are you alright?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm more worried about you. This is my job.
You know,
what are you doing here?
And
what's your name, by the way?
My name?
I think I said I was. Yeah, I think I said it was Ray.
You
I'm
did.
Ray.
Oh,
Quinn.
here we are. Oh, hello. My name is Ritsu Jinbei, but you may call me Ritsu.
Thank you again.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I will turn to Aelith and say, thank you for the assist, by the way. You have an impressive shot.
Thank you. As do you. I'm Aelith.
Well, hello, Aelith. I'm Ritsu. Ritsu Jinbei. But
Hi, Ritsu. I'm Big Ned.
I was thinking that too.
And
Introduction time. Hi. Okay, I'm Daiji. I think we all need a drink right now. I know I do. He will take a sip and he will pass his bottle over straight to Ray first because, Tanukis stand together.
yep,
Pass it
Ray will
around.
take it and Yeah, Ray will take it. He'll have a drink and pass it on to whoever's closest. Probably Ritsu at this point.
All right.
And
I mean,
it's
I
like-
won't say no.
Well, it's under different circumstances. I'd say it's nice to meet everybody. I'm June, and like Ritsu said, Daichi, and I are all from Willow Shore. Where exactly is this?
Yeah. Ray is going to look at Daiji and go, "You're from Tianzia? I've never. My family, my ancestors are from there, but I've never been. That is a long ways from here."
I'm gonna intervene.
I know it is, isn't it?
So I'm gonna intervene here real quick. Just a bit of common practice again, because the table size and stuff like that. We may not necessarily be as familiar as dealing with 8 people as we are. Generally speaking, in the middle of an introduction session type thing, what we want to do is we want to encourage each other to introduce each other by asking questions or throwing things towards people who haven't introduced themselves to encourage that potentially from happening before we start to move on to other conversations or other things like that. So, for example, we do have a few people who haven't yet introduced their characters, so let's dial it back a little bit, and instead of moving the scene and conversation on, let's introduce the other individuals and give them a chance to have a moment. So after Daiji introduced themselves and hands the flask over to Ray, who takes a swig and mentions the fact that their ancestors came from a different place, Ray passes the flask over to Westonson.
I will smell it.
It is very alcoholic.
I will immediately pass it to Quinn, who followed me out the door. I will then uncork my flask and take a drink. I appreciate that, though.
Quinn, who's not too particular, will take it and say, "And your name?"
Yeah, there you go. Yep, cool. Thank you. Quinn, get a hero point just because you are a freaking legend. Because you've read the assignment.
Fuse.
Does he not tell me his name?
Westonson.
I'm Westonson, by the way. Thank you for walking out here. I'm from Sandpoint for now. Let's leave it at that.
Make a deception check. Quinn, you may make a perception check because you said you were actively scrutinizing people. Yeah.
All right, so, and I'm thinking just... So I get a 45.
Yeah, hit to pick.
I got a N12.
I'm sorry. My eyes will narrow, and I'm going to look at him sort of penetratingly. For now,
I'll say that from the from what you gathered already, because again, Quinn has lots of this investigation stuff. He recognized where he was. He looked outside. He didn't seem at all surprised to see the city. You can kind of tell that familiarity comes from likely local knowledge coming from Sandpoint. Sandpoint is nearby, and he says Sandpoint for the time being implies that he is likely there, but it's transient, meaning that he still hasn't really found a place potentially. With all this in mind, you could probably ascertain that Westonson's probably a local, but very clearly has a complicated history and likely does not wish to continue being a local.
I'm going to shoot back the sake, and then I will pass it to the other dwarf. And you? Your story?
I'm Vilratar, and to be honest, I don't know where I'd call home these days, but personally, this place looks a damn sight better than where I was not 2 seconds ago.
Birita, while he doesn't have the smell of like brimstone and sulfur that came from the Gate of Hell, now that you're outside, both he and Aelith definitely have a very bitter, almost like very iron heavy, like metallic-y tinge to them. If you didn't know better, you'd say that they were on like maybe this like very, very intense battlefield surrounded by death and destruction. Not necessarily the case, but you know, like that's the scent they give off, like that they've come from somewhere like that.
And as he takes the swig, he'll just part with the. At least there's no damn dragon here, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
You'll see Ray hold his head.
Well,
Do you
not
have
in so
dragons
many
here?
words.
Wait, dragon?
Not
Well, we haven't-
exactly.
Oh,
What do you mean,
God.
not exactly
It's-
dragon?
It's been 3 days since the last one.
Surely your one isn't dead as well, right?
Dear diary, it has been 3 days since my last dragon. I remain cautiously optimistic.
How dare you
2
read
days.
Unok's diary in front of everybody?
But with that, he'll hand the flask out to the next individual. Which is possibly June, I think.
I don't think Aelith has had it yet, even though she said so.
Yeah, June and Aelith kind of gave very brief introductions, so maybe.
Then he'll hand it to Aelith, because obviously he trusts her.
She'll look at it. Well, so far this is much better than where we just came from. And she'll just take a small swig and pass it on to the next person.
Who is?
June, have you had it?
June will not take it and immediately redirect that flask right back to Daiji since it's his. Sorry, I don't drink. Mother wouldn't approve.
I'm gonna have to work on that, June. Why do you think your mom wouldn't approve? Anyway, so we're in a city, big city, and there's maybe dragons, and also the world is cracked.
You've wound up
Reggie's gonna take another swing.
in the imperial city of Carvosa.
That's under significant pressures right now.
I don't understand what's happening in the city right now.
The Queen is pressuring the populace, is possibly possessed by an evil dragon. She's inflicted plague upon the populace. She's murdered the king. There's kind of a lot going on.
That sounds very. Ooh, there's a lot going on outside of Tanzania.
I mean, do we think this is
Do
better or
we
worse
have
than
anyone
the
that
blood
came
rain?
from someplace happy?
I mean, we had a blood moon and it was raining blood. When
Yeah, we just had a
got stuff
festival,
here,
which
so-
was pretty good, but now we're like, yeah. What Daiji said.
I mean, the weather's better at least here.
Yeah,
not
there's
sure
also no
about
giant bugs.
That's well, we don't know about that
we
yet.
didn't.
We do have a garbage monster.
What?
Yeah, that thing is pretty nasty.
Oh, he was very helpful later. Also, it's his son, it's their child. Did you
Okay.
not know that?
So June is gonna hear their child, and knowing that Ray and Quinn are like from here, June is gonna look at Quinn, tilt his head, and now he's literally picturing the garbage monster as Quinn and the other garbage monster's child.
I'm going to like return the look and say, "Stop that."
June's
my-
face can't be seen under the mask, but he's just like, I know what he meant, but you can understand my confusion at the moment, right?
Michael,
Yes.
would I know of a resource to actually start looking into these cracks? Like, my previous time here would have been familiar with a mage or a sage that might bestow some insight?
Yes, indeed. You know that there is a school of arcane arts and arcane studies, which is the University Academia. And you know a professor that is there. Ray and Quinn,
well-
this is where you left Lust.
Right. Well, you guys jabber. I'm going to the Arcania to get some answers. Anyone who wishes to come may come. I start
He
walking down the
seems
steps.
to know where he's going. Rita will follow. And then he will turn to Quinn and Ray and just say, I have no idea who I'm supposed to fight or who I'm supposed to protect. You are the first people I have seen since we got here, so I will protect you guys. But you must also let me know who I must fight.
Welcome to the rebellion.
Ah, crap.
Brilliant. That sounds fun.
Oh.
Rebelling against the queen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
I don't think
I'm
my
gonna
mother would
follow.
approve of me being in a rebellion.
Just don't tell her. It's not as if you could help it. I mean, you're here. You don't necessarily have to fight. I think our first
True. June, in
And-
this
and
sense, we
most-
are just travelers who came to the city upon a merchant boat, a merchant wagon.
we want our companions back. I'm sure you want to go back home. Our first and most compelling task is to figure out what's going on, I believe.
What happened to your companions?
They vanished through the cracks.
Oh, the same
I'm
ones
sure
that we. Okay,
I'm sure you have companions now looking for you, even as we speak.
there is. We do have companions back home. Yes. All right, we will help you.
Yeah.
I already said I would help, but now it
I
is a
appreciate
guarantee.
a lot.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna follow Westonson. Hey, wait up.
Weston,
I s-
you hear the call from behind you. Bill Ritar, what do you do? What's your
Sorry, I was waiting to interject.
yeah? That.
So as everyone's going off, Bill will, loud enough that everyone will be able to hear, whisper to Alice, saying, "Well, if we're going to bloody academy, who knows? Maybe they'll actually have books about the blasted Star Whale that we." I mean, I don't know about you, but it was bloody obvious as I've started falling.
What whale?
Wait,
But
I
you
saw
lot
him
didn't.
too.
You lot didn't see a whale that just seemed to be reflecting stars?
we didn't see a whale upon
I
coming
heard a
here. We
Funny
saw
noise.
we saw a cracked hourglass. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the funny noise as Daiji and I just came upon you, and then we fell through the hole, saw the hourglass all broken and stuff.
I think I would have remembered seeing it. Star whale.
That sounds kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry,
The
I have
hourglass
to.
sounds
You
important.
encountered a space station. There, it's a.
Good job. Well done.
Weston's is all the up and up. He's like, I know what happened. No.
It's
All right.
Doctor Who episode.
So, what's at this academy?
Professor I know that might know something about these cracks. I am presuming they're the reason I'm here. I'm making the assumption that is why my companions aren't here.
All right. Lead the way.
been a couple years, but they probably don't hate me yet.
All right.
Yeah? Wait, hate
That
you?
sounds promising.
We'll find out when we get there.
You begin to make your way towards the academy. As you do so, the city streets are not good. You basically look, and it is the worst state you've ever seen Corvosa in. In fact, Westonson, you know what it was like to be here because you were here as well. You recall your mentor, the person who actually brought you a long time ago into the guard. A person who enjoyed his libations from time to time. A lot of people dishonored him after his passing, calling him a drunk and a lout. But he was the first arrow to really fly to try and stop the Queen from doing what it was. His failed assassination attempt, however, was seen as nothing more than a footnote, a blip in history, and it drove you further and further into a hole. This period of time when Corvosa was eventually freed, you were here, but did absolutely nothing to help the people here. You did nothing to help the rebellion, the Queen. You just fell in line. And when Cressida, the commander who is in charge of here, called for aid, you were too far gone in a slovenly, imbibed state up in the northern district known as Trail's End that you missed everything. And yeah, that was these memories are sort of flooding back to you as you head to the academy.
That raises an interesting point, though. Would I know him at all?
No.
Recognize him in some way? Okay.
No. No. He Westonson Westonson at this period of time was just a young guard, like with no reputation, no nothing important.
Unremarkable in all
Yeah.
possibles.
All right.
Gotcha.
As you arrive at the academy, there is sex goo everywhere. Artistic renderings of lustful acts of carnal pleasure, what looks to be the dead body of a large orgy monster with the fused amalgamation of a number of different naked bodies twisted into acts of sexual congress that lies strewn upon the once proud academy floor. There is also lots of blood, lots of death, and lots of decay that seems to happen here.
This is
This was a school.
This was
No
absolutely.
wonder Patrick wanted to be a mage.
This is not how the academy was when Westonson recalled it.
all right.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
I wasn't going to. I'm just debating whether I look into this or ignore it.
I'm just watching Ray's face.
Ray is going. Yeah. It would be nice to get this over so we can maybe get some people to come and clean this up. We did leave a little bit of a mess.
I don't think
Oh,
a
they didn't
flood will
just
clean this
change
up.
the
Oh, this is
syllabus.
from you?
No, this was what we dealt
I mean,
with.
this looks like a hell of a party happened here.
Not a party I would want to be a
Could say
part
that.
of.
It's. I agree with the young guy over there. It was not really a good party.
Daichi, don't get any ideas. Please, for the love of the gods, do not get any ideas from this.
And Ray looks at
Yeah,
Daichi and goes, I know there's no such thing as a terrible party, but this was not a good party.
Okay. You know, I've been to a few of those, and like this, they're awkward.
Only
It was
afterwards.
awkward is a good way of putting it. So let's just see if we can find whoever Westonson is looking for.
Yes.
Well, you need not look far. Westonson, as you begin to head up the grand stairs towards the offices, someone is climbing down the flight of stairs. One moment. Okay. All right. This figure begins to walk down the flight of stairs. Clearly a mage, as they have a spellbook nursed under one hand and what looks to be a large magic staff in the other. Strange tattoos cover their face, along with what looks to be a golden band across their forehead. As he looks at you all, he says something you weren't expecting. Dear gods, has that time truly come? Is now the hour in which all shall fall into place? I thought there would be more.
You have prophecy?
Not quite. Westonston, I would say it's
Yep.
good to see you, but fresh scars be them what they are, it would be wrong for me to hold those slights when you seem to have, at the very least, cleaned up your act since last I saw you.
It's been a while since we've been back.
Hopefully not too long.
Longer than, not as long as I had hoped. Let's put it that way. Have you taken a look outside?
Oh, I'm aware of the instance. Your friends. I was expecting more, but I believe that'll only come to pass in due course. Come, please. Allow me to introduce myself properly. Names change and travel throughout the ages. You may call me Pariah. I am what many of you would consider to be a relic of an ancient past. For you see, I am the last Aslanti. My body preserved not by the shackles of magics and time. I exist, but also, incidentally, do not exist. An echo of a past unwritten. He takes you to a like a sitting library. There he lets go of his staff, which begins to float and then spin, creating an illusion of what looks to be a city in the middle of this room. Tell me, what do you all know of ancient Aslant?
Not much, as Ritsu is going to find a spot to sit, taking his cane to, help him move over to a chair.
I've
I'm gonna guess
never
that
heard of
Daiji
it.
knows absolutely nothing about it.
Very well. You see, all humans trace their lineage back to the first empire of humans, on a continent not too far away from where we currently reside. Humanity was allowed to grow, to explore art, culture, and even magic. But jealous eyes gazed upon the continent and drew forth a great catastrophe, a calamity which plunged the world into an age of darkness, the event known as Earthfall. This is something all of you know. It's an ancient story of a meteorite striking the earth and covering it in a cloud of dust that saw about an age of pure darkness. Those of you from Avestan, this area here, would know that the impact destroyed the entire continent of Aslant. And the survivors eventually became known as the Thessalonians, the ones who survived and left heading for the Avestanian mainland. These Thalassians would then eventually create an empire, which would then house and birth the people known as the Rune Lords, which Westonson you are acutely becoming more and more familiar of the ancient empire of Thassalon.
Yeah.
He then continues, my people, my friends and family, we were from a city known as Akralan, the city of broken glass. It was here that many of us with psychic powers began our studies, learning what we could about how to harness different types of esoteric energy in order to try and survive the oncoming calamity. We used some of our finest Aeon crafters to build an artifact known as the Hourglass of Fate. We hoped that it would change the course of history and spare Galarian from the impact. However, little did we realize that something not only went wrong, but our dreams of surviving were nothing but folly. My whole city, all of its people, were unwritten from history, turned into nothing more than echoes of a story not told. The meteorite hit, and our city fell into obscurity. We remained trapped between living and death, trapped between existence and oblivion. With the last of our powers, our city decided to nominate one of us to await such a time, should the hourglass ever fail, to guide people, noteworthy people, to help restore the order, to restore balance, and to hopefully prevent a worse outcome. I am that survivor. I am the pariah of my city, and I'm here to tell you that a great evil has brought you all here. And if not stopped, all of your tales will come to an abrupt end. All of your stories in which you were supposed to emerge as victorious heroes will result in the rise of darkness and tragedy, the likes of which have unto never been held upon Galarian.
What did this hourglass look like?
He sort of gestures, and the staff transforms the hourglass, the image of his city, into the hourglass. You all, well, most of you saw within the portals.
We've seen that.
I imagine you would. When the hourglass was broken, the shards of reality were torn asunder. It was not done by accident, but orchestration. An ancient creature capable of moving and communicating through psychic energies and dreams was the one who formed the first cracks. And once they did so, it then reached out across reality to others with similar powers, similar strength, and created further cracks. They are now working together as a council fighting against fate itself, trying to rewrite history, and it all begins here.
How do we write this?
He changes the image. With the hourglass shattered, it can only be restored by the power of the Aeons. When Aradin fell, the knowledge that came about for creating and manipulating Aeon energy was lost with him. All that remains are the shards from the last pieces of the empires in which they came from. I'm sure you are aware that within this city, the Queen is under a powerful influence. Well,
We were told, yes.
that powerful influence continues to expand itself. Its echo has attached itself to someone else. The blood mage Tormagor has been granted a shard, a piece of the hourglass. Acquire it, and if you do so, we can begin repairs to fix the sands that bleed out and hopefully be able to drag you back to wherever or whichever realms you came from. The anomaly must also be defeated. If the echo is allowed to remain, then he may potentially do this all over again.
Is that Echo Kazavron?
He gestures and bangs the staff again, and this time you see a robed individual. This one appearing to be a human who seems to be like very, very pained, very, very kind of like ripped apart and torn. You can see almost like their body is trying to explode out from them. But you can see that there are blue scales and yellow eyes. You can see bones strutting out and creating almost these horns in different places that they shouldn't be. It looks as though someone's being kind of possessed almost by the draconic spirit of Kazavron. Pariah says, I believe Kazavron, or at least a version of him, is currently here. An invader, trying to ensure that his victory is secured.
We believe Kazavron is possessing the Queen.
For the time being, that may be the case. The intruder is not that same Kazavron. This intruder will be one who survived, who the great Black Frost whale has called to and sent here to ensure their victory. If they do so, then, unfortunately, the Queen will be only but the first stepping stone in the revival of the Great Dragon.
Yeah, Great Dragon doesn't sound ideal.
No.
I think we definitely need to take care of this Kazavron.
Well, I'm glad to
Like
hear
our way
it.
home. Daji's gonna look over to June. Okay, June, I think you are right. We pissed gods off. If we have to fight a blood mage, fight a dragon, and able to get home,
And apparently a space whale. Yeah.
and a space whale.
Well, do not worry.
You can fight a space whale.
Well, that is a question I cannot answer, but for the time being, however, I can offer at least some measure of help. While you are trying to investigate Togmagor and the other elements, I can provide some of you the ability to act on fate's behalf. He, again, holds up his staff, and as he gestures, you can kind of see this glowing sort of energy within each of you. This is the Sands of Fate. he begins to focus and concentrate his psychic energy, and as he does so, your powers begin to swell from within you, as he unlocks an entire plethora of energy and power within you. He aligns you and synchronizes you to the adventure that you happen to be upon. Now that you are in line with fate, you may alter it here, just as the interloper can. You watch as his hand begins to fade and disappear. All right. The journey ahead will be hard. Help each other. Listen to those whose story this belongs. They know what is true. And be careful. And Westonson, I am proud of you. He
Sleep well, old friend.
As he does so, his body continues to fade, and as he goes to sit down, all that remains is the is the staff that he left here. All right.
Ritsu's gonna kind of put his cane to the side, stand up, and then just kind of tap his leg and realize the pain's gone. And then he'll kind of like pull out his arm and just kind of flex and see it's a lot bigger than it used to be, and be like, "Holy shit! Wait,
You're gonna be like, look at them guns.
wait,
Gung,
what?"
gung. Oh yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is each of
Juna,
them.
Oh, he's
he,
just
like,
confused because he said he was making us. Yeah, he was unlocking us. So he's like, "Well, I mean, I'm only physically strong, so I'm gonna just." And he was like, "Holy fuck, I feel a
Correct.
lot
You
stronger."
are definitely not smart.
Yep, I'm not.
June, while Ritsu's doing that, June also kind of raises his hand up and kind of feels at his forehead. I have a third eye now.
Wait, what?
Jab. Ow.
She's trying to look behind the eyes. Really?
I'm not showing you, but it feels weird.
Do you see anything different?
He says with the paper in front of his face.
It's still plenty light out right now, but I do feel like my vision's been heightened just a bit. Like,
I don't know. I feel a little tingly, but otherwise, I mean that could just be the sake.
You should check the sake just to be sure.
Daiji, you always feel tingly though.
Ritsu remembers his his ancestral sword that he had gotten from his grandfather, and he goes, and he's like maybe thinking more than just himself got unlocked, and he's going to slightly pull it out of the sheath, and rather than a steel blade, there's still steel there, but almost covering it in a coat is a sheen of stars.
Hey Neil.
Yeah, sorry. What's up?
I'm loving this. This is really, really good energy and stuff like that. But you know what'd be really exciting is when that actually happens. When it's more than you just masturbating in front of everyone. Just you know. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I
don't know. What to do right now.
I mean, you've just all three of you have just gotten 16 levels, and if I've got to spend the next hour listening,
Okay,
to,
I'm sorry.
you know, I'm not gonna. I'm just straight up not gonna. But I appreciate. I'm glad that you like all of the cool stuff you have. That's amazing. What? Don't you think me in chat? You know exactly this is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, look at me, my strength is higher. No, we don't need that. It's fine. We'll figure it out when you actually go into battle and you go swing. Oh, cool! My sword's made of starlight.
Yeah.
That would be way cooler than oh yeah. But yeah, it's fine.
I just chose something small. I mean, like a third eye's kind of.
Again, all three. It's fine. It's great. Meanwhile, however, as the universe continues to slowly unravel,
Westerson stands up and goes, "Does every group have one?" Walks over, pulls out a shot glass from his backpack.
you
Puts it
realize
upside
that
down.
you realize that
on the
maybe
chair.
Peyton and Ritsu might be related.
Puts the shot glass upside down on his friend's chair. Grabs the staff and goes, "Let's go find this guy."
All right. Now, Westonson, you know the legend of Tormagor, but you don't know him personally.
No.
Tormagor is a bloat mage, a giant, fat, leech-infested spellcaster who uses blood magic in order to conjure and do things and stuff like that. During Ilios's reign, he, for a very brief period of time, served as the seneschal of Castle Corvishore. The castle here. He does have his own tower, his own personal tower, which he used very much so, which is over here in the northern side here, which he used to actually personally blow up fishermen and barges of people trying to vacate the city. So people who were trying to leave or trying to escape the turmoil and stuff like that, Tormagor was personally responsible for annihilating people. One of your biggest regrets was that it was obviously quite close to where you were currently in a drunken squalor at that time. So beyond that, you know nothing else, but you know that Tormagor around this time was likely either there or in the castle.
So there's two places
This guy could be.
filth could be. We should take the land route to his tower if we go there first. Taking by boat will probably be our end.
Well, this is what you know. What and how you choose to share it is up to you. Bilratar, could I get you to make me a society check for me? All right.
That hovered on the natural one.
It did. Now, your mercenary company has actually done plenty of work throughout the Inner Sea region. This particular time you don't really have a lot of knowledge about, but you do know something that is very well known among the mercenary companies, and that is the Hell Knights that occupied Corvosa at this time were some of the nastiest and they had violent prone individuals in the history of the Hell Knights. These guys here perpetuated the chaos so that they could stamp it out. They enjoyed and reveled in murdering and killing people who even remotely posed any kind of rebellion and the like. So you're aware that the city that you currently are in, chances are you might bump into some of these Hell Knights from the Order of the Scourge. And that is the information you have outside of the stuff that Ray and Quinn know. Okay. The quest, the scene, the story are now yours. I am now done with exposition. You have 20 minutes to solve everything. Go. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
To the castle. No, I'm just kidding.
Ray is going to look at Quinn going, the seneschal, is he do we know if he's at the castle?
You muted.
Muted.
Westonson seems to have a good idea of where he's towered up. I'm not sure how he knows, but he knows. So
Rumors always put him as either his tower or in the castle. The castle would be a hot spot to check first.
that's true enough.
Castle is a very hot spot right now.
And might get distracted if
we're
we go
deep.
there.
Yeah, let's go to.
If we're-
I start with the tower.
All right. Leaving the academy, you begin to head towards Northgate, where in which you would then need to cross the bridge and cut across. During which time, we are going to do a very quick campfire scene as you are walking and talking. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask the group? This does not necessarily have to be a question pertaining to backstories or the quest. If anyone has a question, the whole group will answer.
You mentioned you fought a dragon a couple weeks ago, or was it 3 days ago? How
Is
many
that
have you
correct?
fought?
The question is
Just
how many
within
of you
this-
have fought dragons, and if so, how what was it like?
Yeah.
All right. Ray, do you have an answer?
Trying to remember how many. We had the black one, and which was acid that took 3 tries to kill it. We kept killing it, and it kept coming back stronger. So be a little careful with that. I know that my most of the rest of the party, when they were in the wilds, one of the ones missing is an actual dragon hunter orc, and they said that they encountered some, and I believe actually killed some of their party there. When was there another one in the city? I've lost track. It's become routine.
Well, that's that many.
I honestly don't remember either. There might have been
Neither do I.
Oh no!
so many things.
It's just, I mean, the latest problem was dealing with the 7 devils, which seemed to be attached to the deadly sins. That was, which was somewhat
Not
why
related to the
Academy
queen,
had the
though.
problem. No, that was they were
well,
supporting
kinda.
the queen.
Yeah.
Kinda, they were helping. So it was a distraction, but we.
At this point, Daiji is starting to miss the blood rain.
All right.
Just quaint and weird.
Anyone else with with dragon stories? Nope.
The dragon fighters are all gone.
It's true, the dragon fighters are all gone. All right. As you discuss this, you finally make your way to the edge of town, in which there is a sort of like a checkpoint on the bridge where people are being inspected. There are 2 Hell Knight guards here who are checking people, many of which are being turned away when they arrive at the door. Halt! By the order of the Knights of the God Claw, we are conducting searches to weed out rebel leaders. Any found in cahoots or working with or under the service of Cressida Croft and those filthy rebels shall find themselves swiftly executed. If you confess, then the pain will be minimal. If you waste my time and make me have to interrogate you, then I will make sure it hurts.
So. At this point, Ray is. The one question is do we see? Is it just the 2 of them, or do we see more on the other end of the bridge?
Presently just the 2 of them. Because if you recall, I feel as though you guys managed to drive out a few of them. There is, however, one of them is a knight. The other is one of these individuals.
Ew.
It's Sauron. No.
The mouth of Saruman.
Not quite.
Divey's gonna try and bluff through this. He's confident in his ability to talk his way out of anything.
Sure.
And honestly, he has no idea who Professor Croft is.
All right. As you approach
If
the...
we were rebels, do you think we would be stupid enough to come to a checkpoint? I mean, come on, really.
Make a diplomacy check.
We're just going across. Diplomacy or deception?
Deception, sorry.
Okay. So that's plus 28.
Your target number is 47.
Wow. Oh. I thought that's what he rolled. Ooh.
41. Not bad. Is
What's
any...
my modifier? Is it...
No, you're good.
I
Is
really
it?
think
Would anyone like to assist?
I will assist by walking. I'm going Westonson number lock, 3rd Regiment City Guard.
He pulls up a little clipboard type thing, begins to scour and have a look. Has a look at you. He asks for your ID, which you do have. It's a little, kind of slip.
Mm-hmm.
He asks you what your who these people are.
These are special agents. We're attempting to root out co-conspirators across the river in Sloth. A number of the guards have been reported to be not arriving at their designated locations.
He nods and he says, "We have heard of a few guards going AWOL and been in line of dereliction of their duty. You do, of course, the Lord's work. Well done." And they kind of stamp a couple things and they send you and yours off. Both of them sort of step aside and sort of offer a salute. The one on this side, this one in particular, will actually grab Quinn for a moment. As that happens, you there. One moment. You hear a high-pitched ringing noise in your mind. A word crops up into your mind. You need to make a will save to avoid reacting. As she says the word Alexander.
Okay, a will save. I need to see what that is before I roll my D. It's a D20, right?
It is a D20.
What is that?
That is a 4.
27.
That is not high enough.
Oh, then I would like to use a hero point.
Very well. You may use a hero point.
There we go. So 30, that's 40.
Okay. With a 40, you manage to hold your emotions back. You watch as you almost get this image of the actual mask that they're wearing that is spirally, sort of spinning to almost draw you into a hypnotic state, but you hold it together. She then releases you. You may leave.
I'll nod and go rejoin the group.
By the way, this is evil Alexandria. She She's looking for proof of Alexander and stuff. The evil doppelganger that was made of Alexander during your campaign much earlier on. In case people forgot. But yeah. I mean, I don't think Marcus forgot. Did you, Marcus?
Yeah, no. I definitely did not forget. Because brought her up pre-stream.
Yep. All right. Now, as you continue to make your way around through to Trail's End, Westonson, let's get a perception from you. A percentile from you real quick.
38.
38. All right. With a 38, walking down the middle of the streets of Trail's End, you see a familiar face laying on the streets, clambering up, trying to find their bearings. Dressed in disheveled guard armor, leaning against a wall and plastering the alley with urine and vomit, is what appears to be a dwarven guard bearing a striking resemblance to a much younger version of the man standing before you.
Oh, I come to a dead stop.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I feel like I just fucking got hit by a goat driving a tractor. He just starts peeing on the wall.
No offense, but you're kind of a degenerate.
No offense taken. Can't be offended by the truth.
He goes and tries to drink from a bottle. It's empty. He sort of smashes it against the wall. He picks up his gun from the side of the alley that he was kind of in, and as he kind of leans on it as a crutch, it actually goes off. Oh, son of a bitch! Sorry.
Do we just go
Do you
around?
want him knocked out so he doesn't remember anything?
He's not going to remember anything anyway.
Just to leave it. Let's walk on.
I'll deal with that later.
All right.
I walk past.
As he
It looks
Ritsu
like we're
will-
not
as-
dealt with it.
as he shoots the gun and we walk past, it's all good, sir. Enjoy your rest of your day.
Oh, hey, look, before you go anywhere, Mr. Shiny Knight Armor person, do you have, a fiver?
Fiver?
Yeah, a fiver. Do you have a fiver?
I'll just reach over and grab Bristu's shoulder and start pulling him.
That
He'll only spend it on drink.
Ooh, I didn't realize your boyfriend made your financial decisions for you.
I'll
Dealing with this now. I turn around.
When you're such a dick, you piss yourself off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nigel will grab his hockey pound. I got something better than fiver. Here.
Oh, fucking brilliant! This guy fucking knows what it's all about. He,
you're good to the guards. The guards are good to you, right?
you know it, son. That's exactly it. 110%.
All right. So, I mean, you won't remember me. I don't remember you. Neither of us saw each other. You have a good rest of the day. We move on.
We don't remember anything of anything with anything, because why would you remember remembering that you can remember that nothing? Fucking.
You're a scholar and a gentleman, sir.
And you are a tiny dog.
And
As
he turns into his
fucking
raccoon dog
can't.
form.
Westonson actually laughs at
Fuck with
that.
him. Oof. And he's a tiny dog.
Dude is trying so hard not to
He can
laugh
also be a
at
teapot.
just the absurdity. All right, tiny dog, time to go.
Hello, June. And then turn back into my regular self.
As you do so, Westonson, you begin to continue onwards, marching with everyone else, when suddenly there is the sound of a gurgled, bloody cry. Turning around, you see yourself. There is a tapered hole in the middle of your chest, where your sternum should have been. It is missing. As the younger version of you sees the alcohol that he just consumed from Daiji sort of pouring down in the open gap, he says, "Well, that's a hell of a thing." And he falls backwards as blood sprays the ground.
Do you remember this happening?
Behind him, with a bloodied hand, appears to be a figure. A cloaked individual wearing what looks to be a bright red mask that seems to display a moth kind of creature. Like it's just a porcelain mask. Seems to stand with blood freshly dripping from its arm. It then looks to you and says, "One down. The thread of fate has been unspun. Victory is assured. Now all I need is that dragon to fill his end of the bargain." Westonson, you don't feel good. Blood starts to pool in the center of your chest. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh no!
All right. Who is this red-masked individual? This motherfucker who apparently is working, likely with Kazavron. What is transpiring? You've met the pariah. You know what you need to do. Is this individual the interloper or intruder that the pariah told you about? Find out next week when we return. Or, hey, find out on Wednesday when we return with Season of Ghosts with a new cadre of characters. Also, who having switched. What is going to be happening in that game, we will find out when we return as well. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Well, before we head off, guys, how do you guys feel about our, our intro, our start to the crossover event?
It's definitely interesting. Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
I am too. And it's fun to play with all these new guys. Thank you. New
You
table.
know one of them's
dude.
already gonna die. I'm sorry, Matt.
It's not like you could have stopped it. It was sort of a
No,
Deus
I
Ex
couldn't
Dagama.
That's true. That is true. That's true. There's some Deus Ex-ness stuff happening there, but that's just to set everything up for the stories and the conflicts and all of the stuff that happened. So yeah, well done everyone. And yeah, I loved how the dynamics were so different, but yeah, it's very interesting how this party played out, and I can't wait to see what happens next week for the next installment. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But guys, real quickly, if any of the mods can refund Odd Bandicoot's channel points for that last thing, if you please do that.
I was going to say, because Quinn did use a hero point that you didn't take from her.
Oh, okay.
Well, there we go. It all comes out.
You know what? That'll all come back then. Yeah, that'll be fine. No,
Thank
that'll
you,
be fine.
Odd
I can do that.
Bandicoot.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. All right. But guys, That's Michael, the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Until we see each other again, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And as always, game hard or die trying.